First, a warm welcome to all of our associates who've come here to Lincolnshire from out of state. We're looking forward to these days together. It's great to be with you. And in the gospel today, this sentence has been getting my attention more and more recently. It's this one. At sunset, all who had people sick with various diseases brought them to him. So what happens at sunset? Usually it's the end of the workday. People go home to their families. They have a little more free time. And at that moment, they would bring the sick people to Jesus. And in another gospel, we're told that Jesus was in Capharnaum, which is the village of Andrew and Peter and James and John that were fishermen. And that's where it would happen. The reason it gets my attention is because when we do the rosary in the evening on air, it's about sunset. And the phones light up, the phone board is jammed, and people have all sorts of various diseases they want cured. And I've thought about this for a while because it seems like everybody who calls in is like these super serious problems. Well, those are the people who call in, because the people who don't have super serious problems, they don't call in unless it's a 5-year-old and it's grandma's birthday, and that's always fun too, right? And I'm thinking what they want to do, they want to bring their intentions to Jesus, and they want Jesus to touch them, to heal them. Like that boy who called up early in COVID, Cesar from Los Angeles, 12 years old. And his grandpa was in the emergency room dying. And the little boy said, I just want Jesus to come right out of heaven and touch my grandpa's head like he did in the Bible. And I said, thank you very much, Cesar, for that prayer intention. That does us all so much good. So they're bringing people to Jesus, but also we need to bring Jesus to other people, right? We need to bring Jesus to other people. I'm reminded of one of the Eucharistic Encounter videos we did last year. I'll kind of summarize it here. I had some friends back in the Pittsburgh area who got married later in life, and they wanted kids. It turned out they couldn't have their own kids, so they thought maybe they could adopt, and they asked my advice. I said, that's a great idea, but it's a real serious commitment, and you should think twice or 3 times about it, consult with experts, and if you decide not to do it, you're still very generous people, all right? So they thought about it and consulted with various people. After a couple of months, they told me they decided they wanted to adopt a child, and they're going to go down to Mexico City and see if they could adopt a child. So a week went by, 3 weeks went by, 2 months went by. They came back, called me up. Father Frank, that's how they called me in Pittsburgh. We're back. We got great news. We're back, and we've adopted 4 kids. What do you think? I said, holy smokes. I said, how old are they? Between 2 and 6 years old, 2 boys, 2 girls. They're all brothers and sisters. What do you think? I said, well, do they speak English? No, they don't speak English. Do you speak Spanish? No, we don't speak Spanish. I said, I think I'm going to pray for you every day. I go, oh my goodness. So the years went by. I got transferred back to Chicago, and 10 years or so went by, and I went to a boys' camp, leadership camp in Indianapolis, and I saw my friend. I hadn't seen him in 10 years. The last time I saw him, he had blonde hair. Now it was gray. And I said, let's call him Joe. Joe, how are you? Great. No, really, how are you? Great. No, how's it been? It's been hard. Tell me all about it. Well, by the time the oldest got in 8th grade at the public school, she fell into the wrong kind of friends, and she got into all sorts of destructive behavior, as you can imagine. And there was no peace in the house. We didn't know what to do. I said, so what did you do? Well, it's an amazing thing. My wife's friend who lived down the street, she listened and said, this is what you need to do. You need to go to the church every day, St. Mary's Church right there, where they have adoration. And with your 4 kids, sit in the front pew in front of Jesus in the Holy Eucharist for 15 minutes. Do that every day. And as he's telling me that, I'm thinking, this is the Holy Spirit speaking to me. Right? If you've got a problem, bring it to Jesus. I said, so what happened? Well, we've been doing that now for about 3 years. And now the kids remind my wife, it's time to go. What do? They just sit there in the pew for 15 minutes next to Jesus in the Holy Eucharist. And now my daughter, she's junior high school, she's got a part-time job. She's on the volleyball team. She's got good friends, and she's happy. My 8th grade son came home the other day and said, Dad, I think I want to be a priest. And I was thinking, man, that's the Holy Spirit speaking to me, speaking to us, speaking to you. Just right here. At sunset, they brought the sick people to him. We have to come to Jesus. Where is he? He's in the Holy Eucharist. That's heaven. That's earth. Heaven and earth meet right there in the Holy Eucharist. This is the power of Relevant Radio. This is what everything comes from there, right? That's why we have this chapel. So I say that to you to give you hope, because you all have challenges, you all have needs, you all have hopes, you all have desires, and you all have sufferings. All right, that's the human condition. So what do? You bring it to Jesus. And where is he? He's in the Holy Eucharist.